of drinks. Like even if you use a shot glass, it can be like non-alcoholic. You have like you can use pina colada, strawberry daiquiri, but it could be virgin. So I'm gonna use a big gulp, and I'm gonna see how long it takes me to drink it. So in the interim, I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to say all kinds of stuff and have some fun while I'm doing my mukbang, my drink mukbang. You can have like the mukbangs didn't really go out of style because you can have a cake mukbang. Like if you want to do a wedding to test for your wedding or something like that, a cake mukbang. You can test all of the different foods at a different time, and you can do like a mukbang. Like say if you tested different chickens, you could do a wedding mukbang for all of the food, or you can do a wedding cake mukbang, a wedding pasta mukbang, a wedding rice mukbang, a wedding whatever, and like have categories, a wedding pasta alcohol. I mean, a wedding supposed to be on a boat. I got one tomorrow too. I was supposed to be on a boat trip today and tomorrow, but I got to come back so late. Like the trip is from 6 to 11. This is an extra long, and I'm just starting. Let's see. Well, you can time me and see how long it takes. Somebody tell me how long it takes. See how long it takes. Somebody tell me how long it takes. There's a time on here when I started, but you can tell me. So I have some quiz type of things, movie quiz type of things that I can do with you while I'm doing my mukbang. So this is a drink mukbang, movie drink mukbang quiz. So, see, I gotta learn the Christian movies so I can quote those too. So, there is a movie where the man is like kooky and he runs around around saying, "Who's the best cop?" I can't not laugh when I say it. Okay, but I want you to write and tell me who is the character and what's his real name and what TV show he played on and what was the name of the show of the guy that played this character. Now, it's like a thriller type of scary movie where somebody is like a murderer and stuff, and then they find out who it is. But he's like a police officer. He wanted to be a police officer. Not that all police officers are bad. Just the Muslim and Catholic idolaters are bad, right? So he would be like, he got caught and stuff, and he was like tweaking out and bugging out. And he was like, let me see if I can say it without laughing. So that's going to be a challenge too, if I can say it without laughing. So he would be like, who's that best? He would be like, who's the best cop? He'd be like, who's the best cop? Who's the best cop? I can't stop. I cannot laugh when I say it. But he was like, he was being serious. He was doing whatever he was doing. So the man that walked around the movie said, who's the best cop? Who's the best cop? He walked around the movie saying that when he got busted. But what TV show did he play on? I'll tell you this, it was on Channel 2, I believe. And what is the TV show he played on? What is the name of his character? What did his character do for the whole show? That it was only supposed to be a short time, but he wound up doing the job through the whole series. Somebody that had a job that should have ended early, but it lasted for a long time. and then tell me the name of his character in the movie and the name of the movie. So that's funny. He was like, "Who's the best cop? Who's the best cop?" It's so hilarious. See, you gotta have a great sense of humor, and if you watch some movies and stuff like that, and when you start remembering the lines that they said, like when they have the characters and they be bugging out. So when he got caught and he was murdering people, and he was like starting to tweak out because they found him, he said, "Who's the best cop?" Every time I say it, I have to laugh. So anyway, tell me who that person is, all the information for that. So you can comment and let me know if you know where that line comes from. Who's the best cop? Who's the best cop? So tell me what movie that comes from. Tell me the name of his character in the movie. Tell me the TV show he played on. Tell me the name of his character on the TV show. And then he had a job. What was his job that he had throughout the whole series that was supposed to end for shortly, but it lasted through the whole series. So anyway, doing my mukbang. This is a big gulp drink mukbang, and I'm gonna see how long it takes me to drink an extra large. I didn't realize it was so hard to actually drink this, and I drink a lot of fluid, but this for some reason is a little it's a little difficult to get through. I can sip on this for a while. That they keep making me lose my viewers. So all you viewers, if the video is coming in and out, the live is coming in and out, don't worry about it. You can just reconnect. But every time they make me lose my connection, then my viewers are lost. So don't worry about it. But I'm trying to see. I already know I did the other one where in the movie he said, "How the fuck a late nigga?" Man was saying that he was trying to tell time, but there are a lot of movies that it doesn't come to my head right now. But I quote a lot of movies. It's fun, but I want to have a repertoire of like good Christian and Jewish movies that I can. So when you do the drinking, drink until either you're finished drinking it or you have to go to the bathroom. Because when you got to go to the bathroom, you got to cut off the video. You could pause it and then go to the bathroom. But if it doesn't cut out, then you got to cut it off. So either you finish it or you got to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to drink this until either I finish it or I got to go to the bathroom or I can't finish it. I'm not doing that. It's almost half of an extra large. See the extra large? Okay, so I'm trying to see if I'm going to do comedy tonight. I'll book to go on a cruise tonight. And I just need, I can go 5 seconds or 5 minutes away and print out my copy or just get it off my phone. It's on my phone. But I just, I don't feel like going for the long cruises. I'm just going to be a music cruise and stuff like that. It's going to have fun and entertainment and stuff. But I don't know. And then tomorrow I have the opportunity to go on another cruise. Today I did a lawsuit against the mayor's office. And I did a lawsuit against the mayor's office. So we have a phony baloney Muslim trying to be mayor, and we're going to make sure he don't get in there. But just the fact that he tried to do it, it's going to be problems. The fact that he tried to become mayor, he got the old mayor arrested so that he could just sweep it and act like it was a mistake. Oh, so let me get it. All of a sudden, a Muslim tried to bribe Eric Adams. He tried to, and then all of a sudden, when they arrest him and take him off the ticket, and he's not in the Democrat to get the nomination, all of a sudden, a Muslim pop up and say he want to run for mayor, and then he tries to get the Democratic primary nomination and stuff like that. You wish. We're not going to have a Muslim mayor. You do not qualify. Muslims cannot run the country in America. Every Muslim that is placed in some kind of quote unquote office, some kind of official office, they're illegitimate. If you don't worship Yahweh, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, you are not equipped to run a country. We're not having this country full of Islam. We are not doing that. We're not having this country full of Roman Catholicism. We're not having this country full of Hindus where they're going to unleash the bugs and unleash the rats. We don't know that's you. We're not sure that's you, Hindus. We don't know that you like to unleash the rats on people. You like to unleash the roaches. No, we're surprised that in the Hindu and then the Muslim are pushing Hinduism. If you go around into the different places in society, you'll see Muslims who pretend that they are monotheistic. They push Buddhism. They push the meditation. They push yoga. But if you look at the different fields of work, when you go to different places and you deal with Muslims in the different fields of work, not at their mosque when they pretend it's only Allah. When you go to the different fields that they work in, they're pushing yoga. They're pushing meditation. They're basically practicing Hinduism. So all the other false religions work together. They are intermingled. Any old idol will do. When they can't find their false god Allah, the copperstone. They're idolaters. So they'll do anything. They'll rape children, calling it a marriage pedophile. You're raping a child. We're coming to get you on that. Iraq, know that we're coming to get you. You try to institute child marriage, you basically identified yourself like you're going to sign a certificate to say you're a pedophile, that you pretend that you're married to a child. So when we try to look to see where is the person that raped the little child, you signed a marriage certificate with the 9-year-old basically saying, I am the pedophile, I am Muslim. When you put your name on a marriage certificate to a 9-year-old and you're above age, you're basically signing on the dotted line that you're a pedophile. So you signed a pedophile certification. You basically said everybody wants to let everybody know you're a pedophile. So when we come for you, we just look at the marriage license in Iraq and say, okay, let's find the pedophile. You got your address on the marriage license. You got your name, your age, her age. So we'll come and get you easily. It'll be just fine. And then we'll see if she wants to come to Judaism and Christianity. And you're going to be in trouble because you signed a pedophile contract, but you put your name and address on it. You commit a crime, you're committing. I got to do this kind of joke. When I do my comedy special, I got to say some of this stuff. The Muslim in Iraq, they try to make pedophilia legal. So they made a marriage with a 9-year-old and adult. So the adult can marry a 9-year-old and they sign a marriage certificate. But it's a confession. It's basically a confession certificate that this is a child that I'm going to pedophile. This is my age. This is her age. I'm older. She's 9. And then you basically give us your address and stuff, where to pick you up. You know the Americans are coming after you and the Jews. So Judeo-Christianity, you know we're coming to get you because you signed a certificate saying you're a pedophile. You try to marry a 9-year-old. Thank you for your confession. Good job. I gotta relax, relate, and release. That's what they said on Different World. My favorite TV show is A Different World. My favorite movie is Clockers. Clockers by, I believe Spike Lee did it, but it's really good. It's a really good movie. Let me see if I have more room in my tummy for this. I don't want my battery to run out, but I have a backup battery thing. But I don't know, no worries. I just feel relaxed and blessed. God is good. If you have not confessed Jesus Christ as your Lord, confess Him as Lord and believe in your heart God raised Him from the dead and you will be saved. Just enjoy Jesus. Come to Jesus. All the Muslims and Catholics, if you don't come to Jesus, all the stuff that you did, we're going to hold it against you. If you come to Jesus, we have ways of forgiving. But if you don't come to Jesus for real, and we'll know if you're faking, you got crimes that you answer for. Muslims, Catholics, idolaters, we know the kind of stuff you think is okay. You quote unquote think. You know it's wrong because the Bible says it's wrong. But we know what you're doing and what you want to do. And you're going to be charged with those crimes and deal with consequences. And many of the Muslims and stuff are treasonous. A lot of the stuff you do in Islam is very treasonistic. You know what? Listen, just hear me good, because I keep good on my word. I will charge people with treason, and you will be dealt with accordingly. You can't do the things you do. You can't attack Israel. You can't go around taking down hostage posters. You can't try to attack America. You can't go to schools and colleges and try to make it difficult for Jews and Christians. You're going to pay severely and dearly. Seriously. It's a warning. It is a warning. If you don't want to have to deal with that, then you need to stop being Muslim and Catholic and idolater. Because if you don't, we're coming to get you. Who's the best cop? Who's the best cop? See, I didn't laugh this time I said it. Who's the best cop? Who's the best cop? Who's the best cop? I'm supposed to be drinking all of it. Maybe I'll drink all of it before I turn it off. So maybe it'll go. I'm going to try to beat 30 minutes. I'm going to try to drink this in 30 minutes. So I'm going to cut the tape off, the video live off at 30 minutes. See the progress? You know, you can make a video about anything and make it interesting. And when you love life because God gave you life and you just relax, you can be the life of the party, but not in a bad way. Or you can be chill and be the life of the party. But this is something that's just simple. People will enjoy. They'll see you doing stuff that's fun. Some things you do, it might not take a lot of money. Some things you do, it might take more money than you're able to do some other stuff. Whether you have a lot of money or a little money, you'll find that I would say that people with a lot of money budget, you can think that because a lot of people come trying to steal from people with a lot of money. So then the people with money tell you they don't budget because you're trying to come steal that money. You will find yourself in the Cassie position. Don't be a pee-pee mouth. That's going to be on my my comedy set. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do comedy tonight. But if I do comedy, I would probably take some more. But I don't know if I want to. I just want to probably chill and relax. If I went on a cruise, I would be just on the water chilling, not having any problem or anything. I would just be relaxing on the water, listen to the music, bop it. Maybe if I want to get up and pop, lock, and dance, but I can't drop it because I don't do that. But I didn't go. But I love being on the water. I used to swim every day after work in the 90s and stuff. Before that, I just love to swim. I love being in the water. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to see when I'm going to do a hair video where I take this out and then do my natural hair, like wet it and put some of the gel. I have the big thing of gel, or I try to mousse. I could wet it and then try to mousse and see how it works before it get cold. But I'm praying that it doesn't get cold like right away. I'm praying that we have like an Indian summer. I'm part Native American, so I like the Indian summer. I like when it stays hot. Even in the winter, like we get a little more hot temperatures than normal. And like my nephew one year for his birthday, he was riding his bike out, and it was it was his birthday, and then the next month is like Christmas. So it was so strange that he was able to ride his bike. There was no snow, there was no nothing, and it was like hot outside. So I don't mind the Indian summer. I'll take the Indian summer. I'll take the Indian summer. I'll drive around in a Hummer. I just made that up. You are privy to the best. I'll take an Indian summer. I'll ride around in a Hummer. Now, if I could make that into a hip hop song, I'll take an Indian summer. I'll ride around in a Hummer. But I'll find a way to do that. I'll take an Indian summer. I'll ride around in a Hummer. And all my enemies see me, they'll say, "Bummer." You feel bad. So anyway, I'll take an Indian summer. I'll ride around in a Hummer. So anyway, I could do it in that song's about to drop. Usually, like when I write a song, I just I'll record it and then I'll put it out or something to release it. I'll get back into that. I'm about to pop with the extra large. I'm drinking bagel. I'm a comedy club where I do comedy. So I'm trying right now to go over and do some comedy. And I could just slide in there, do some comedy. It starts like 5, and then they have like shows at 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I think like a 9, 10, 11 every hour. So I'll get on there and a set. There's other comedians and stuff like that. But okay, it took me 27 3 seconds. Now I know I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. But how life works, God made the body, and when you drink water, your body processes it, and you got to go to the bathroom. These are the breaks. That's just the way it goes. These are the breaks of some hip-hop song that was back in the day. So if I quote something like a song, a TV show, a movie, a famous quote, I'll make sure I credit the person. I don't just be trying to steal people's stuff. A lot of people come by and steal. So the Bible speaks about the way you judge, you're going to be judged. So I judge is that when I use people's stuff, I credit them. There's rare occasions that I forget credit somebody, and it will only be I forgot, which means that there's no recourse against me. They will only get regular fees and stuff, but that's not a problem. I always intend to pay if I use somebody's stuff. No, I'll never say that I don't have to pay. They will have to tell me, it'll be fair use to something you don't have to pay. The person, I'll be willing to pay because I know I can make that bread on my own. I can use all my own taglines and never look back at the old stuff. But I like to keep everybody's everybody's art alive. So when people put their art out there, I keep it alive. Instead of only doing all new songs, I keep the old stuff alive, just like we keep the Psalms and stuff alive. So we remix stuff. We know we can write new songs. We never have to do old songs. Then it's only going to be new songs on the radio. We could shut down all the old songs, and the generations after make stuff better than the old song. We could shut down everything from the past and then give you all kind of new stuff and keep it strictly from the Bible. The only thing that we'll always do is the Bible. Everybody will always remake that. You know how many songs I could write in a year? I at least can write 365 songs in a year. I never have to do a remix. I'm giving people props for the song, even if it wasn't a good Christian song. I'll remix it and make it something. Like when they say they take a wackest song and make it better. So for him, he's a hip hopper. No matter how good your song is, hip hop is always be the best for him. So there might be some other stuff out there, but that's not his taste. Objective. So he thinks the song sounds better. Pop song. Somebody that likes pop or whatever, they think sound better. Racism is funny, but it has nothing to do with race. It has to do with whatever you like. I don't care what race it is. If you like drum heavy stuff, they think that's black music. If you like drum heavy stuff, there's many cultures that like drum heavy stuff. You go to the churches, drum heavy. Some of the lighter skinned churches, not all of them light skinned. The black people we call light skinned, but the lighter people, some of them scared to use drums. They love to use drums, but there's such a stigma with it. They just keep it out. They like to use drums. They'd have a little rhythm and doing a jig. I'm not gonna go there, but they do a little jig. They'll like to move around a little bit, but people try to tell them they can't do this and they can't do that. Some of it is hilarious, and then some of it is like from Islam where they go overboard. Like roasting people is one thing, and looking at each other's differences and having a ball, celebrating it by roasting each other and having fun, and like you observing what each different people do. And it's not really by race though, but if that's the way you break it down, it's not a big deal. Hilarity ensues and laughter ensues. But when the Muslims come in to a situation, then you have ageism, racism, abortion, infanticide. That's a racism, right? They're biased against a little baby. They want to kill all the babies. It don't matter, black, white, Chinese, whatever. They want to kill all the babies. If they're stuck only killing black babies, believe me, that wasn't their intention. They want to kill all the babies. All of them. But some people are evil. So the things that they're doing to people is some of the stuff that they do is actually written down that they're supposed to do this kind of evil. And they understand. They try to, like, there's specific things that they try to do to Jews and Christians. It's not a mistake. They're not like, it's bad, it's evil, but it's not like they're saying, oh my gosh, we didn't realize we were doing it. You, in your book, you sacrifice the devils. Like your book says that they can lie to Jews and Christians. Your book says that you want to kill the Jews and Christians. Then when they do it, it's like, oh my gosh, did we do that? We know your book already says you believe that. So why are you trying to fool us? We got it already. You're terrorists. The Muslims are terrorists. And we are not having it. If God didn't have plans, like listen, if God didn't have a plan, and if he didn't have set dates for when he does certain things, we would have been obliterated. Buddhism, Hare Krishna, any idolatry. Indonesia, they got hundreds of false idols. They worship, they have like an open market, and they just have hundreds of idols, and I guess you just pick a demon, any demon. Anyway, pick the name in. But anyway, we don't play that. If God didn't put the clamp on us like to, fall back because he got a plan, He's trying. The Bible says, "Let weed." There's nothing like watching somebody speed down the road and crash. They do all the most evil things. Like if you look at the that Kathy did and wanted to do, I'm like, is she a pharaoh? You know, when they're hard against God and then God hardens it more, and then they start to have taste for them and some other things. You gotta see what the escort said. He's suing because he wants Cassie to give him money. He said some other things. You need to look at his video. But the escort said Cassie told him that she wanted him to pee in her mouth. And she would drink it or whatever. She was drinking it, but she was just mad because he was going too fast. She wanted him to go slower. I'm trying not to laugh. I don't understand it. And then when that was a different escort, so this escort, she was trying to tell him that she wanted him to pee on her. So I preface it about the peeing because another escort did that. So this escort, she tried to get him to pee in her mouth. And he said to her, I can't have sex with you and pee on you and pee in your mouth. So he said he's not gonna pee. And she tried to explain to him why he should pee in her mouth so she could convince him and tell him why she likes peeing in her mouth. And she started it all, he was explaining it. So he said, she said, well, when I drink the urine, it's warm and it's whatever. And she started going into like whatever she felt and stuff like that. And I just tuned out. When she started explaining to him, when she was rationalizing, when I drink the pee, it's like it feels really warm. She thinks she's giving a good explanation. I said, this chick is one jumped off the bridge and they missed the cuckoo's nest. This is not cuckoo. This is not cuckoo. If there was a real thing called cuckoo, you just wouldn't understand what you're doing. She is verbalizing. She's drinking a pee because it's warm. Go drink some hot chocolate or coffee. Yeah, you scared of caffeine, but you're not scared of pee-pee with all the stuff in there. Oh. I tell you, I like to throw up. I said, what in the hell? I said, what the hell? I can't believe, like I sat through the Diddy trial. I can't believe the things that I heard that a human being would do to themselves. And then you realize this is why God sends people to hell, because at some point they cease to be a human. We keep trying to treat them like human beings. That's why we keep telling them, don't do that, don't do that. And they get mad at us for telling them, don't do that, like don't drink urine. Even the escort is in the sex business, even though he might not have sex all the time or whatever, and that's not his core job. The sex worker had to try to get some sense into her head. The sex worker had to explain to her, I'm not going to pee in your mouth and then have sex with you. Like, if you just want me to have sex with you, I'll do that. But I'm not going to pee in your mouth. He had to explain that to me. Like, what is going on in your spirit? I understand the mind. You decide what you want to believe. So the Bible says, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You read Bible. The Bible says certain things you do, certain things you don't do. Okay, but she determined she wants to drink urine, have sex with sex workers, steal Diddy's money, be a gold digger, stick around to keep doing this. There was the violence. She was the one perpetrating the violence on him. He was responding. But what part of that scenario was something appetizing? You're hitting him, he's hitting you back. That would make me not want to be there. You're drinking urine. fast or slow doesn't make it better. You're having sex with like 30 men. And I know these demons, these devil worshippers, they think the more you spread yourself around and having an orgy is fun. I mean, some people mess up and have orgies, but it's not. It's like Cassie has her own category of freak offs and swinging. Like other people, you'll just catch them flipping. They might have 2 or 3 songs. It's bad, but you eventually they'll learn this is not what we like. We don't want this. We're not made for each other. Let's bodily fluids. She's the hitting. She's initiating it. She's trying to steal the money. She's relying on whether the man is going to give her money or not, whether she could have a great life and career. It's not really about working anymore. Like, she doesn't have any goals in her life except to try to drink urine and see how much sex she could have. That's satanic. Diddy, at the trial, it came out that Diddy still maintained his career and he maintained all his companies and stuff like that. But she was going down she wasn't going to her modeling. I don't know why she gave up on modeling altogether. She wasn't really going to her modeling, and she went to some jobs and stuff, but she was so busy worried about who he was going to do freak offs with. So I'm not going to end yet. One time Cassie said she did not want to stop doing the freak offs with Diddy because she thought he might get somebody else to do it. I thought you didn't want to do it. So why do you care if he has somebody else to do it? Then you don't mind the freak off. You just basically, you're trying to get money out of him just like Jane Doe, Daphne Joy. And because you can't make him give you money, then you keep acting like he forced you to do a freak off. So they both knew the gold digger, whatever. You think just because people don't talk about stuff, that doesn't mean that they don't know the code. Like, say for instance, if you're a drug dealer, many of the drug dealers know the code of the street of drug dealing. Many of people know the code of the street of doing the booze when they were bootlegging. Many of the people know the code of a certain crime thing. So Daphne Joy and Cassie, they did meet. I think they knew each other better than they're saying. I think they probably knew each other very well. But even if they didn't, there is a certain way that gold diggers learn to move, that like if they spot that a woman is with somebody that's way too old for her, that they already have a kinship. So when they see, like if you see somebody like a so-called singer and his wife, and the husband, and you see that she's so much younger than him and he's older than her, when another girl that's married to her sees her, they immediately have a kinship. Like Christians and Christians, they have a kinship. Jews and Jews have a kinship. Christians and Jews. Well, when gold diggers spot each other, there's like a real kinship for them. Not a good one, but they know the code of gold digging. When somebody doesn't want to give you money, you accuse them of rape, because gold digging is a sex industry. Gold digging, sugar baby, you basically having sex for money. You're trafficking yourself. You're also trafficking the man. What Cassie doesn't know and Jane Doe doesn't know is they can be charged with trafficking Diddy because they were making money off of what they were doing. They were selling them sex, but they were forcing him to have sex with them. They were forcing him to have sex with them. That's trafficking. They were, because many of the relationships listen, when I heard Diddy gave Cat Safe, I was like, you giving her the top shelf shit from hip hop? Like, he knows she like a gold digger, but the Bible says, love your enemies, do good to them that despitefully use you. He treated her good. And the thing is that he don't even feel stupid because he's a Christian. So you treat your enemies good. Sometimes they're trying to do you bad, and then they'll wind up drinking pee or something, and looking like a dummy. But I'm an artist, a rapper and stuff like that. I'll do a mixtape, and I might think it's bigger than a regular recording in the studio. That's almost like being independent while being on a label. If you do a mixtape when you're on a label, she was signed to Bad Boy. You do a mixtape, it's almost like he giving you the opportunity to be independent. You could be your own boss. It's almost like you selling out the trunk, but they know you from Bad Boy. So it's like, it's almost an insult to give her a mixtape because she wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it. So he gives her the mixtape because God said, love your enemies, do good to them that despitefully use you. So when Diddy was being nice to them, he was not love bombing them. The Bible says, love your enemies. He can't be mad at them every day. Like, he can't be mad at them 24 hours. Yes, they're doing wrong, but he gotta enjoy his life. I can't be thinking about you all day. So because Diddy enjoyed his life, when you're around him, he's being pleasant. You think that it's because of you. He don't like you. It's just that, why should I be sad just because you're around? You be evil. I can smile at my foe. There's a Christian song that says, with salvation walls surrounded, you can smile at all your foes. He gave that bitch a mixtape. This bitch won't even know what the fuck to do with a mixtape. He gave her a mixtape. That hurt my feelings. But then he gave her like 10 motherfuckers that's A-list rappers, and she couldn't do shit with it. And during the trial, she said, this is why the hip-hop people probably looking at her like the hip-hop, I'm like breaking code to say it. The hip-hop people probably looking at her like, did you hear the lineup that you had? And you think that he did it because he loves you. Did you hear the lineup that you had on a little mixtape? If you go back to, they need to put that transcript in a hip-hop. We need a hip-hop newspaper. Just because of this case, we need to start a hip-hop newspaper where they start doing a transcript of hip-hop trials. And they need to put in there, look at the lineup of Cassie's mixtape, and this bitch couldn't do nothing about it. Yes, I said bitch in the hip-hop newspaper. This hoe is whack. Because, this hoe was low down. And this is the hoe down, special ed. When he was singing about hoes, but they said we don't love them hoes. And he said this hoe was low down, Flatbush. Why? Why was, when he did the song Flatbush, why they was giving it up the way they was giving it up? Because people come to do foul stuff to them. At first I was mad he was saying whatever, but now I see, look, he's talking about hoe. He said, because this hoe was low down. And this is the hoe down. We got some hoes. Jezebel's harlots, and it's not to classically mock them, it's to Elijah mock them. They trying to take down the Jews and Christians. We not letting no prostitute, Jezebels, sugar babies, gold diggers take down our men. We don't have to have them for ourselves, but you're not going to take down our men. You're not going to have them dressed up as women so you could be masculine and ugly and change your face and put a chin and a cheek and buy a forehead and buy eyebrows and shit like that. Not for the people. Like, if you wear this is nothing. This is plastic. It's not even real hair. If you wear the real hair from the whatever, and you're not bothering nobody, you don't cut your face and stuff like that, you just make long braids, that's not nothing. That's not fake. That's like an accessory. This is just an accessory. But when people cutting their nose and teeth and this and that, and people knocking out their teeth to be like me, I mean, not people that it just naturally happen, but some people removing shit and doing this and shaving teeth and shit, you taking away some of your DNA profile. When you go to the dentist, sometimes they take your DNA, and then when they try to identify you and then whatever, some of this shit is not going to match what's going on. So like your DNA is not going to match your weight, your teeth or whatever. You get whole new teeth and stuff like that. Only for vanity. Like, you just got to spend money, and you got to keep making yourself beautiful. I thought God did that. But because you don't believe what God said, you don't think you're beautiful. That's not my problem. If you want to hear my preaching, I'll preach it. I am collecting money so that I can do my homes for the heroes and stuff like that, and I'll put the money to good use. If you don't want any of my services, but you want the services that make you suicidal, you want the services that make you want to jump off the bridge, you want the service that make you shoot yourself, you want the service that make you change your sex. If you want that, I can't stop you. I'll remove those things eventually. I'll eventually remove all those things that lead people the wrong way. But for the time being, if you choose those evil things over the truth I tell, if I'm telling you nothing is wrong with your face, your eyes, your nose, keep it the way it is, keep it the way God had it, and you rather listen to the person that is disrespecting what God made, like if I'm telling you God made it, it's fine. Be happy with you, and you think something's wrong with me for saying that you should look the way God made you, and stop taking, like, people are going to the doctor to get BBLs to get my butt. I had, like, when I was younger, I was very toned, I was very athletic. I wanted to go into female boxing. I was going to do a lot of stuff, but I would be like the regular mogul. I would just do so many things, the Jackie of all trades. Of all trades, like I did a little bit of everything, and I was gonna do the boxing, and I was a specimen, but female. I look very feminine, but you can see I was very toned, and people try to get that people are going to the doctor to get my butt. I don't get a BBL. I just eat good. These people starve themselves, but they want their butt to be pumped up. I eat. The only reason why I gain weight is because I purpose to. I purpose to gain weight. When I ate, I wanted to gain weight. But my thing is that you can't try to go by my butt. You didn't ask me if I thought it was okay. You can't say to the doctor, I want Sharon's butt, or get a butt that you know is made like mine. Like they say, put it this shape, that shape, and they be describing my butt to the doctors. Yeah, there's people that come to stalk and follow me, like they call it industrial espionage, because most of the day I'm making products and stuff. You'll see me every now and then posting stuff about products I want to make. And people are around me trying to steal those things, and that they're trying to see how my butt look, what I'm wearing, and then all of a sudden somebody on tour or something is wearing what I'm wearing. My house gets robbed, and somebody's wearing one of the things that was stolen. So it implicates them that they had something to do with it. They don't even realize, like, I'm showing that you committed a crime. If you go in somebody's house and you try to steal their property, they might treat you just like a robber. The thing is that they might treat you like a robber in their house, and then you try to physically harm people and do things to them, but people might start treating you accordingly. And my thing is that I'm not going to care. I'm not going to defend you. I'm not going to do anything like that. But I have on my Twitter where somebody was on tour, they have an outfit of a boot that was stolen from me. So you can pretend like, people keep jumping on watching it and then they get off, and you can pretend that it's not true, but I know you see my boot looks just like the outfit that she's wearing, except I had my boot all the way in 2022, and 2022, and I always liked that pattern. I always wanted stuff like that. And she's now wearing it in 2025, but I bought it in 2022 for my music career. The clothes and stuff that I was buying was for my music, my speaking, my stuff like that. So it doesn't matter. Like, I don't need you to acknowledge the truth. The sad part is that I know that many of you do know the truth, and you still refuse to say the truth. Even when I put a picture of a boot that it's even the same color, red, black, and white, and she's wearing red, black, and white of the newspaper, you won't stay and say, you know what, you are right, I can't lie, or just or tell the truth. You don't have to. If God doesn't require you to tell the truth, you don't have to. The Bible requires that. If God is not requiring you, maybe you're not his child. It's not for you. That's okay. We all got to be ourselves. If you get to be a liar, God said you can do that, but you're going to have to do that in the lake of fire. The Bible says all liars will have their part in the lake of fire. I'm telling the truth. I can even show you a picture where I had it. If you look at the metadata for the picture, the simple metadata that is there, not just all the metadata from behind and the analytics and stuff that they see behind the scene. But if you look at my picture online, you'll see that it's the same thing, the boot and the outfit. But people, they want to run when you tell them the truth. Like if that's the way you want to be, if that's how it is for you, I can't help you. I can't help you. I'm going to help the Jews and the Christians. I'm going to make sure there's no Jews and Christians on the street. And make sure they get right into houses. They're going to always eat. They're going to always have the best technology, the best clothes. They're going to have everything the best. And you guys, when the Antichrist starts making y'all take the mark of the beast and all that stuff, we probably going to laugh at you. I don't know. But at some point, we're not going to be here. The Jews, the Christians are going to go to heaven, and the Jews are going to be worshiping Yahweh while y'all trying to get scraps and crumbs and for your soul. And that's going to be really, it's going to be obvious you sold your soul getting the mark of the beast. You're setting yourself up for a future like that. And when God hardens your heart. See, some of the people, when they get that mark of the beast, they harden their heart, so God hardened it more. The things that God is going to do to y'all during the tribulation, you have no idea. So my thing is that, like when I'm out and about, I have music all around the world. So I know sometimes people are taking my picture because they know who I am, but they are coward to say, "Oh, hi, you are such and such." It's not like they can't say it because it might offend somebody who's stealing my music. So somebody else wants to use my music and pretend they're me, and they go to the doctor to get a butt like mine. So they want me to act like I'm not me. That's your damage. I'm going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about my life. When I talk about me and my life, it's going to just show the truth. So anyway, a singer who's not a real singer, she was busted lip syncing and probably lip syncs a lot. She had on an outfit for a tour, and the outfit looks exactly like my boot. Only the words are, a few of the words are different, but it's red, black, and white. Red, black, and white is my favorite color. Red, black, and white is my favorite color from when I was younger. I like red, black, and white. There's other variations of colors and colors I like that I can play with. I can play with all the colors of the whole spectrum. But red, black, and white is my favorite colors. And then the person goes on tour and they got the red, black, and white, but it's in the pattern of my boot. The boot, it's a newspaper print, and that was stolen out of my house. So y'all jumping off scared that they're gonna steal something from out of your house, or you just happy because you think that somehow harm came to me. I know the Bible speaks about like the evil people. They get excited when they're jealous of somebody. Not jealous, they're envious and covetous, and they think harm comes to somebody, so they want to celebrate. No harm has come to me, only legal. When I make a complaint, it's a legal complaint. I'm not saying, wah, boom, ah. No, it's a legal complaint. Even if it's with tears, like with King David, it's still legal. Justice is not emotional. But we're human, we can work with what we got. But my thing is that I have to tell the truth because I have to get the facts out there. This is not an emotional thing. Like they're like, "Oh, you did this to me." I don't give a shit what you do. I don't care if you steal. These songs are about God. Doesn't matter to me. These songs are about God. The more you steal, the further they go. I can get out of here. What in the hell? It's just so much. Like they got people around all the time acting like something's wrong with them when nothing's wrong with them. They're just stalkers. It's like crazy. Stalker fans. They're waiting for like an ambulance chaser and shit like that. These people are clowns. Yeah. So anyway, and what I'm talking about. I got somebody trying to steal my bags because I gotta serve the mayor's office, and somebody's trying to steal my bags. I look. If you think I'm joking, I saw somebody on tour. Gosh, I gotta go sit somewhere else. Oh, and then I saw somebody on tour wearing my outfit. Let me go to the bathroom. I'm gonna cut out now. Somebody was trying to steal my bag. Sitting up there, my legs hanging. It hurt.